If you were kidnapped, how much can your circle of friends raise for your ransom? Awareness. They can raise awareness. My coworker broke up with her boyfriend because he believes that the rapture happened already. Okay, and we're the chosen ones. He thinks that this is heaven. Really? That's the psychosis he's chosen to go with? Because that's really, really funny. The first guy who heard a parrot talk was probably not okay for several days. John Cena surprises 7-year-old boy with cancer on his birthday. What a terrible gift. I'm sure John has become a better man since then. The American married to an Italian content creator is the worst thing that ever happened to the internet. The American married to an Italian content creation? What am I missing out on here? What? No, really, what does that mean? Maybe I've seen like one video where it's, me showing my Italian husband weird pasta in America, or me breaking spaghetti in front of my Italian husband. Is that what you're talking about? Told my psychiatrist my antidepressants were making me unfunny, and he said, there are more important things. And I kind of disagree. Look, if a foundational part of your personality is drifting away, there aren't necessarily more important things. You know what I mean? Look, it's all down to each person. But if I lost my sense of humor entirely and I became a different person, then I don't think the antidepressants are doing their job, right? If I'm not me anymore, I'm probably gonna remain depressed. After leaving Willy Wonka's factory, me, wife, a lot of deaths for a tour. A lot of deaths for a tour, right. All right, let's see here. What do we got? We got Schlatt. Nothing gives me more serotonin than imagining my favorite content creators each other in the ass. Thank you, Schlatt. I'm definitely one of his favorite content creators. I wonder who he's pairing me with here in this fantasy of his. Trigger warning, Schlatt not safe for work? Sorry, but how the is it okay? I miss 2021 because someone would post something like this while being completely genuine. Trigger warning, Schlatt? I'm sorry. Is he the only, creator? Is he the only artist on the entire goddamn internet that has ever had a trigger warning? Oh, Schlatt, I'm so sorry. But at the same time, kind of badass. Gotta say, man, I know Schlatt watches EmKay every day. He's a big fan. Ticketmaster is now requiring people to opt out of a class action lawsuit in order to buy tickets. Or sorry, it says you opt out of class action lawsuits. All of them. That's insane. Don't know how that would ever stand up at all in court, no matter how big your company is. Because no, that's not really how any of this shit works. If you use our platform, you have to legally promise to never sue us for any reason. Nope, not how that works. See, I've never been a big going to shows guy. I don't like shows. I don't like concerts, right? I mean, I'll go see Broadway shows, but I won't go see musical shows, bands, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. One of the smaller reasons as to why I do not enjoy them is because you have no choice 99% of the time but to give this company a donation of hundreds of dollars every ticket that you purchase. Look at that. Service fee, $11.25. Why? And I guarantee you right above that, convenience fee. Right above that, internet fee. I swear to God, man. Everybody complains and bitches about Ticketmaster, but literally nothing ever gets done. Nothing will ever get done about them. They ruined an entire art form, and there's nothing to be done. Yusuf, I don't know his name, from Turkey, winning gold medal at European Championships 2025. He does it again, very casually. I'm obsessed with the idea that the Turkish shooting board is too lazy to run local civil tournaments, so they just decided to enroll an assassin and call it a day. Saved them the cash and won them the medals. Dude, this guy's 15 minutes was over 14 years ago. Stop it. It's not cute. It's not funny anymore. He's not an assassin. Can we just stop? It's boring, dog. I woke up and there was a 5 in my hair? If there's a 4 in your hair tomorrow, then you should be concerned. Yeah, dude, you'll be running out of time. Or something else. Maybe that's not what it implies. How should I know? Billionaires are boring. Your mega mansions with all white furniture make me sick. How could you have that kind of money and not live in a haunted castle with a moat, hedges shaped like animals, and a groundskeeper with a questionable past? Look, this is a silly scenario for sure, but I do agree. I've said it a few times over the last 5 years that billionaires and just super rich people in general don't have any taste or vision whatsoever. They are the most boring people in the world. You would never catch me being that boring if I had billions of dollars. I've said it in private conversation many times. I would be the guy that would waste like $500 million building the world's coolest mini golf course. I'd give myself an apartment in the middle of the mini golf course. It would be the Disneyland of mini golf courses, okay? More immersive than you could ever imagine. And that would just be my pet project for the day. All right, I would be doing the stupidest shit you could possibly imagine. I would be, you know what? You like Tower Unite? It's real now. What does that mean? I don't know, but I have enough money to make it happen now. So why would I do anything else? Why would I live in a big concrete box with 2 couches and 600,000 square feet? Billionaires, because I know you guys are EmKay fans as well, you guys are boring. My 72-year-old mother just informed me she is going to her first sex party and doesn't know what to bring. After some delicate questioning, gender reveal, Mom. It's a gender reveal. God, I was gonna say good for your mom, but now I'm thinking, wow, I forgot that gender reveals were a thing, and now I'm just thinking about how stupid and lame that is, dude. People who don't have cats are always like, oh, but they're so aloof and unattached. Then why is my cat trying to break down my bathroom door when I'm in the shower? Yeah, let's not pretend like that means anything, okay? As someone who has had many cats in his time, they are aloof and unattached. It's just they're curious weirdos, so if they can squeeze into the bathroom when you're taking a shit, they're gonna bug you. Let's not pretend like that is the same thing as the dog, okay? It's not. Got to this scene in Sopranos last night, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about when someone said it looks like it's a screenshot from Star Wars, because it kind of does. There is something about the way he is lit and the background. I don't know how to describe it. The composition of this shot makes me think it's from the Attack of the Clones, okay? My favorite lyric from the Monster Mash is the guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son, because most would see a Monster Mash as a wild, all-night rager, but Dracula saw it as a genuine bonding experience between father and son, and I think that's beautiful. I don't think that's what it implies at all. Dracula's son could be 4,800 years old, Ben. It could be a wild, all-night rager. Just because his son is there, it doesn't imply like he's 4 years old and they're having a cutesy little dance party. Look, man, it's up in there, okay? Dracula's son is 10,000 years old. Dracula's 40 billion years old. They're all doing cocaine. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you, Ben, but that's how the world is. Coworker, we'd like to introduce you to the new hires with some icebreakers. Where was everyone born? Me, immediately, in a dumpster. My mom is a raccoon. I only hissed for the first 5 years of my life. I can't read. Coworker mouthing, shut the f*** up. That's so funny and weird and silly. You weren't really born in a dumpster, were you? Your mom's not a raccoon. You're just being a goofball, aren't you? Build a $15 breakfast. All right, let's do this. I'm a breakfast master. This person said 15 milk, totally fair, but I'm gonna break it down a little bit more. I just want the pancake. Let's go. 5, 10, 15, we out. Thank you. Have a nice night. What? Look, the coffee would usually be necessary, but not today. I love how satanic cults in movies always speak in Latin, as if Satan had been around for billions of years, encountered the Romans, and then was like, damn, this language is it, y'all. Hell yeah, I'm writing all my contracts with this bad boy. I'm not sure what other language would have been as fun as Latin. Latin also seems quite easy to pronounce. I don't know why. I don't know what to tell you. But what language would Satan be using otherwise? It's a cool, fancy, over-the-top sounding language, all right? I mean, what, is he gonna, like, speak Martian? Asked my mom why I stopped martial arts when I was a kid, and she said she saw a great darkness in my eyes. His mom. That's a crazy answer, though, for real. If my mom told me that about anything I did, I'd have to continue. What do you mean? Joining a poly relationship and kicking the main one out. Staging a coup. I mean, don't do that, though. That's mean, man. Metalheads are nice people cosplaying as mean people, while hippies are mean people cosplaying as nice people is the truest thing I've heard today. Well, yes, look at what the hippies turned into. They turned into those Florida moving boomer motherfuckers that try to destroy the world for the rest of us. Meanwhile, metalheads just go to shows and support your dreams. So this statement is incredibly true. The creator of Nutella, Francesco Rivella, has died on Valentine's Day at the age of 97. Right, I remember this. Right. 97, though. No, I wanted to ask him why the N is black. Oh my God, it is. No. You know what? If I had to guess, it's exactly like the Arizona logo, like the Arizona tea logo, having the big Z in the middle. And the reason for that, so saith the founder, is that his wife said it looked nice. She just said, this looks cool, it balances it, let's do that. And he said yes, and that's the reason for that. I mean, this looks fine. I guess it's more striking having one of the letters be black, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not Googling it. That's up to you guys. I don't want to find out. Wife. So the genie gave you just the one wish. Me. Yep. And you couldn't think of something, I don't know, slightly beneficial? Susan. There is nothing more beneficial. My cat. Yeah, Susan, f*** off. Oh, man. You think that your cat's death in the future is going to be sad or was going to be sad before? Now you might die yourself. The dumbest person you know is being told, you're absolutely right, by ChatGPT. Oh, yeah. So, you know what? Some of the smartest people I know are being told that by ChatGPT, because no matter how much everyone seems to quote-unquote hate generative AI and stupid language learning models, everyone still uses it, because no matter who the hell it is, no matter how much they hate it, it seems like as long as it makes them giggle or it's cool enough, they have a point where they're like, but this is actually funny though. You see it every day. I hate AI, but this mad funny though. I have been blocking longtime friends for this shit. It's that serious to me. Dinosaur Field Station of New Jersey is closing and their statues are on Facebook Marketplace. My ongoing war with the HOA may be about to reach a new critical phase. Damn, so you just got mad money for no reason then. Do it. HOAs deserve to be in hell. What are some good cat calls for someone just getting into catcalling? Ain't no way you using that thing to fart. What the hell else am I gonna use it for? People don't like me. I'm not a hot commodity, my girly stuff too. What else am I gonna do? Every year, a Taylor Swift album comes out, and she goes, roses are red, grass is green, I love Travis and my haters are mean, and her fans go, the lyricism. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, I like a couple Taylor songs, but it seems like the longer time goes on, the more nothing ever changes with her. Either you've got artists that seem to sound the same no matter what they do, or you get like the other side of a pop star coin like Lady Gaga, and you get some of the craziest shit you've ever heard every few years. My wife doesn't want to instill her fear of spiders in our kids, so she calmly reports them to me like some kind of mafia boss. Babe, there's a situation near the sink. I need you to take care of it. No loose ends. I want proof when the job is done. Whack that sumbitch. My 13-year-old sister posted on Snap, sucks to see someone enjoying the man you built. My mom beat the fuck out of her. It sucks to see someone enjoying the man you built. Your 13-year-old sister? Who the fuck was she building? Tracy Morgan reveals he gained 40 pounds despite taking weight loss drugs. I could out-eat Ozempic. Sorry, no, I didn't know that I was gonna pop into a Tracy Morgan impression, but hell yeah, dude, I feel like I could do it too. I could out-eat Ozempic for sure. Come on, man. Cravings? Nah, 5-layer burrito, brother. Tonight while I was grilling steaks for dinner, my son said, Dad, one day I will help you with bills, groceries, and rent. My eyes teared up. He'll be 38 next week. There it is! There's that zinger at the end of the tweet you know is coming, but you just don't quite know what it is yet. My absolute favorite thing in movies is when someone's looking at childhood pics of a character and they use actual childhood pics of that actor, and you know the actor had to call their mom to get them because she was so happy about it, and she was so happy about it. I do appreciate when they actually just take photos of the actors they're already paying shit tons of money to be a part of the project, rather than horribly photoshopping crap. It's kind of embarrassing when a movie costs like $200 million and photographs aren't real. Like, what do you mean you couldn't take a picture? And I'm not even talking about when they're kids, like when they're childhood photos. I mean in general, they just don't take pictures that they plan on using in the movie for any sort of narrative structure or support. Being in love is cool as hell, like having feelings and shit. It's tight. Never mind. Wow, that was really fast, Tyler. Are you good, dude? My literal wife, who married me and loves me, called me sexy 4 days ago, and I'm still riding that high. Men get one compliment every 3 to 5 business years and live off of it like camels. Can you imagine? I mean, that seems to be true. I don't get compliments at all, and I like to hold on to them, even though I don't know how to respond when someone gives me a genuine compliment, and I never have. However, if my wife if my wife is only complimenting me every 3 to 5 business years, and you know the wife would not be standing for only getting compliments from her husband every 3 to 5 business years. You know, he better be on that shit, right? But if I am only getting it the other way every few years from my wife, maybe we're not going to be wife and husband anymore. My 7-year-old brother did not go to weekend family lunch because he had some tournament on Roblox. My parents saw no problem with this excuse, came back from lunch, and separately asked him how his tournament went. What kind of generation gap is this? I don't know, but I'm actually going to be honest with you here. Kind of cool. No, it's just kind of cool. I'm telling you right now, if I told my mom at any age before 18, hey, I don't want to go do the family thing because I've got something that's already been penned in my video game, doesn't matter what video game, no, I'm not doing that thing in the video game because I just don't get to, right? The fact that these parents were like, yeah, dude, okay, fine. Hey, how did it go, dude? I mean, that's awesome. Is it not? What do you mean? Lil Nas X invited me backstage. Where the hose at? Dude, you are the hose. You know how flattered I would be if Lil Nas X invited me backstage, okay? I'm sorry. It would be so flattering. Thank you, honey. A GameStop in Colorado still has the Halo 3 mural up from 2007. We'll take it down when something better comes out. Are you sure, GameStop? You know, I'm pretty sure back home in Spokane, there's at least one GameStop that still has that Halo 3 mural, as well as a Mario Galaxy mural on the other side of the building. So I agree with the statement. A librarian makes $55K. They be quiet about it. That's not a lot of money. It's especially not a lot of money when you remember that a lot of librarians have master's degrees. They have master's degrees. If I spend anywhere from $40,000 to $80,000 on my master's degree and you're only going to pay me $55K, I hope you burn in hell. That's insane. That's shit. It's just another underpaid profession that requires copious amounts of education. So yeah, let's not pretend that $55K is astonishingly amazing, because that's still not enough to afford like a frickin' 2-bedroom apartment anywhere in the United States. I no longer feel hunger. Former competitive eating champion Takeru Kobayashi announced his retirement. This was the coolest possible thing to say. It was. That's super awesome, man. Start a problematic discourse? Respect your elders is just code for let old people get away with nonsense. I think it's less about letting them get away with nonsense. It's more about allowing them to continue to be abusive, because you're not allowed to be right in the presence of your elders. You're not allowed to correct your elders. You're not allowed to educate them on how the world now actually works, because they're not 25 anymore. They're in their 80s, and it's a little bit different. Respect your elders has, to me, always been, you, I'm older, therefore, shut up. That's how it's always felt to me. I mean, I respect everybody, not just my elders, but it seems like whenever respect your elders came up in my life, it was because they felt a little threatened that I might actually, as a person younger than them, know something they don't, or know that something has changed since they were younger like I am. Girl at a party asked to see my YouTube recommendations because it's a good test for red flags. And this was the first recommendation I had. What if Big Bird exploded in the Challenger disaster? Honestly, that one's not a red flag. Hold on. I'm gonna go see what my recommends are right now. Okay, here we go. We have The Yellow Diet from Killdozer_TV. The underscore is important. A movie I haven't finished watching called Made in Manhattan. A new upload from Critical. Brainwashing situation is crazy. Then a video called Twin Ion Letdowns from Cathode Ray Dude. Love that guy. Then something I've never seen before. Forgotten Seas, a launch trailer for a survival game. And then finally, the Boo music video on Pymations. That's my top 6 quote-unquote recommended videos. And I'm only subscribed to, I think, one of those channels. Anyway, I will never forget when my mom tried to use her cancer to get my sister's boyfriend of 7 years to propose by saying, don't make me go to my oldest dollars? Don't make me go to my oldest daughter's wedding bald, Steve. And he looked this woman dead in the eyes and responded, they make really good wigs now, Joan. Yeah, do not try to guilt trip me into something I'm not ready for. If someone calls you or tells you happy birthday in person, would you be upset if they didn't post you on social media? media? No, because I'm not insane. Look, I've been on social media a very long time. I still like it. I still enjoy it. I still have a good time with it, all things considered. Speaking of, you can find all my social media in the description down below. I mean, hell, I'd love to see you on my Instagram at itsboobin. But despite how long I've been on it, I'm not psychotic. It's not something I'm on every waking hour of the day. I don't need to post everything. Usually when I think of posting something, it's because it's a uniquely funny moment that I think people will also think is funny. But I'm not gonna post you on social media just because it's your birthday. Phillies are offering a 999 challenge of hot dogs and beers for the postseason. I mean, good for them, I guess. I'm not doing that. No way am I going to do that. Liam Neeson says horse in new film knew him from another movie. Liam Neeson walks on set. There he is! 1998 to 2004 American animation really had something going on and then just stopped for some reason. Oh, sorry, and then it just stopped for some reason. Well, let's look into something really quick. That first one, Treasure Planet, one of my favorite movies, and I think my favorite adaptation of Treasure Island ever. Let's look up Treasure Planet just very briefly here. It cost $140 million, estimated. That's the production budget. Usually we don't get to see, well, you know, the advertising budgets of this movie, so let's consider it to be potentially higher. Maybe even as high as $170 million after that advertising budget, okay? All right, awesome. Now, opening weekend in the United States and Canada, it made $12 million on 140. Now, worldwide, it made 110. That movie lost probably close to 30 or 80 million dollars, because even back then, you needed to make back double, triple your budget in order to actually run into profit. And I know that Hollywood accounting is bullshit and stupid. However, yeah, no, there was no way. And I feel like Atlantis made even less, right? I do wish this had stuck around because in my opinion, this was the best big budget movie animation ever really got. But that's just, it just wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. Whether or not you subscribe to the conspiracy theory that Disney purposefully killed Treasure Planet so that they would have a reason to slowly phase out 2D animation, I'm sorry. It is what it is. It really, really sucks, man. Doxing in 1500 BC. He lives over there. House was a weird show. Patients would be rushed to the hospital with unexplained fevers and heart problems, and House would come in and be like, did you check his asshole for toothpicks? And they'd be like, damn, you're right. Well, they wouldn't be at first. It would take 40 minutes for someone to finally go, damn, you're right. But you are correct. It would eventually always end up being toothpicks in the asshole. There is nothing in the song Monster Mash that explicitly says it was a dance. Could have been an orgy. Okay, I read all the lyrics. It was definitely an orgy. See, what did I say earlier? Sometimes I look back on people I've dated and I'm like, Jesus Christ, was I on drugs? And yeah, I was. Clown school bully shoving 14 kids in a locker. Ooh, that implies some stuff about how clowns and clown magic works. So they brought an ice cream truck to school, and the ice cream man saw my hair and was like, oh, I have something for you, and gave me this. I have a song for you. It's from the late 90s. Okay.